Aloha everyone and welcome to another Tinkers Academy video. I'm your host Kay Elmer and this video is a further installment in the video series Welcome to LeelaQ, otherwise known as Leela Quantum Tech or Quantum Upgrade. This video series is where I take frequently asked questions in any one of the Telegram chat groups and answer them in a video format because sometimes it's a lot easier to show you the answer than it is to try to type it out in a chat group. This particular video is all about how to choose a capsule. It's a frequently asked questions because, basically people, if you're interested in getting a capsule and you go to this page right here on all the different choices, it's no coincidence that you see all these different choices and you're kind of wondering, like what's the difference and which one should I get? And so let me try to help you make that decision here today in this video. Now, the very first thing to understand is there are 6 basic different capsules. As of January 2025, Leela is very innovative and they always are coming out with new products. But as of now, in January of 2025, there are 6 different capsules. And so let me walk you through the 6 different ones and sort of what's the differences between them. First thing is first is that they do come in 2 different sizes. Now most of them are just one size, but there's this one Heal 360 capsule that comes in 2 different sizes, a regular and a petite. And then some capsules have frequencies, some don't. And so that's kind of really the big difference between the capsules is size and what frequencies they hold. Now the 6 different capsules are the Heal capsule. And the thing that I want to kind of point out, the first thing you should be aware of is that the acronym HEAL does not mean the word heal. It's an acronym that stands for Holistic Experience, Abundance, and Love. And so there's a lot of confusion that that these are like specifically for healing, but it's actually in an acronym that stands for something that doesn't mean healing. It just means an holistic experience, abundance, and love. And that's really an important aspect because these things have different attributes and so that's kind of where that falls into play, is that the attributes don't necessarily line up with the acronym sometimes. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But the very first capsule that is their flagship product that they first came out with, which is the regular HEAL capsule. Now, right now, it only comes in a petite size, and really what the frequencies that are in that capsule is a frequency called primal human healing, primal water, and nutritional biobase, okay? And really what that frequency is all about is to maintain your health. It's really great. It's got all the different nutritions that your body requires from a frequency standpoint. It's got primal water, which is like water is the basis of all life, and so it's got pristine frequencies from pristine waters, and then of course the primal human healing frequency. Now that frequency is sort of the frequency of creation of biologic creation, and so it's that spark of life and that energy, that frequency from that specific frequency or with the benefit you get from that frequency, it promotes health. Okay, and so it's a really good frequency for health and to maintain your health. Now the next one that they came out with, which is a frequency called Heal 360, is a combination of numerous different molecular frequencies that are geared towards healing. And so that's kind of where it really kind of gets very confusing, where you've got Heal with the primal human healing frequency, then you got the Heal 360. But if you look at both of them and you kind of just look at it from the 10,000 foot level, the regular Heal is really meant for maintaining health, and Heal 360 is really meant for healing. So if you have issues, illnesses and chronic issues and whatever and injuries, the Heal 360 is perfect for that. Now the other 2 that are available for sale are the men's and women's boosters. Now these are 2 frequencies that I actually created a long time ago, and so what I did for these 2 particular frequencies is I designed something. I started with for men, because I just wanted it for myself. And so when I kind of evaluated, like, in our later years of our life, middle age and beyond, what are the primary concerns or issues that we have? And really, it's that with the loss of our hormones, our hormone levels, go down or they get messed up, and that's what older people, middle-aged and older, struggle with. It's just hormones, and then of course the brain performance, cognitive performance, that seems to be waning in our older years. Our immune systems need help, dealing with stress, and also the whole anti-aging aspect, because that becomes a really critical aspect of our health, because as we get older, our bodies start to produce certain things that we need, that we used to produce in our youth, that we just don't do that anymore. Our bodies don't function that way. So now all of these are frequencies that bring those frequencies back into your body. So with the men's booster, there's a component for male hormone, of course, the brain, immune, stress, and anti-aging. And then I switched it up for the women's booster, where I put in the female hormone. So if you're middle-aged and older, and you just need kind of a pick-me-up, or you just want a frequency that's going to really kind of help you deal with the fun part of aging, then if you're a man or a woman, these are the two capsules that would be great for that purpose. And we've gotten great testimonies on our chat group over the years about people who've purchased this and used these frequencies. So that's really kind of geared towards the middle-aged group. Now the 3-in-1 Olympic capsule has two different frequencies, but it's a little special, and I'll get more detail about the special aspect of this particular capsule. But it comes with two different frequencies, and one is the Olympic, and that's really designed for physical performance. So if you've got anything that you do that's exerting, your energy, like let's say playing pickleball or running or whatever it might be, where you're just exerting yourself, and this could be your work, your actual profession is exerting. Olympic frequency is awesome for helping boost your physical, performance, and you're being able, just like the brain frequency in the boosters helps you think better, your cognitive skills are better. The Olympic frequency does that for your physical body, okay? And then there's a frequency called happiness, and that's exactly what it means. And that those two frequencies come with the 3-in-1 Olympic. Now it says 3-in-1, so what's that third one? Well, the third one is just pure natural quantum energy, which, as you may have understood up to this point, which is what brought you to Leela, which is what quantum energy is essentially etheric energy. It's also known as life force energy and chi and prana, but that's, it's just the word that they use to kind of describe this energy that exists throughout reality. And then the last booster, or the last capsule, is called the Infinity Block Booster, and that's a very, very special capsule only for people who bought an infinity block before 2024, and they want to boost up the energy of those. So I would just, if you're new to Leela and you don't own this old, an older infinity block, just ignore that one. That totally does not apply to you. But that was just a very special one-time product that was meant to help folks, to help people who wanted to boost their infinity blocks to a much higher level than what they purchased them at, in one easy swoop. Okay, so now in terms of the different sizes, and this is kind of why they started introducing the petite version a couple of years ago, was the regular one is 1.85 inches. So it's like a 1.9, almost 2 inches tall, and it's kind of got some weight to it, right, when you put the spheres in it. And then the petite one is 1.5 inches, and that's really kind of why the petite one sort of appeals towards for people who, I guess more so like the women were asking for it. Our lady customers were asking for something that wasn't so masculine and so large and heavy, and so they came out with the petite capsule that's just a little smaller, and it's a little bit more demure. Okay, and that's really kind of why that there's even two sizes. But it really gave people options, and a lot of people are buying them. So it seems to be really spot on for what the market was asking for. Now, for those of you who go with the metric system, it's basically, all of these things are really kind of like, based on metrics. So, it really kind of measures out where these are the different dimensions of the different, capsules, if you're really interested in like exactly how high it is and that sort of thing. So if you want to do a better understanding of these specific sizes, here's the sizes in the metric system. But basically just keep in mind that, the petite one is about a 1/2 inch smaller than the regular one. And it's a little bit narrower, but it does still fit the same size spheres. Now, in terms of features, now this is where it kind of does get really kind of complicated. The features for these capsules basically involve, it looks simple, but it does require explanation. All of the capsules, except for the Infinity, come with spheres. Now, the brass capsule, this is made of brass. The spheres are made out of aluminum. The spheres are made out of medical grade titanium. Okay, so the capsule is brass, the spheres are titanium, and in the brass capsule itself is where the frequencies lives. Okay, so basically what LeelaQ does is they charge these brass capsules up, when they're empty, and then they impart frequencies onto it. Like they imprint the frequencies into the brass capsule. So the capsule holds the frequency for all of the above except the Olympic. Okay, so when I talked about the 3-in-1, the Olympic is what's different than the other ones because the Olympic capsule has no frequency, it just has energy. But all of the other, capsules that they sell have the frequency mentioned in the capsule itself, and that's where the frequencies live. Now, in the terms of the titanium spheres, now the regular size capsules have 5 spheres, and the petite one have 3 spheres. Okay, and they're all going to be neutral energy if they're purple. And so the thing about the spheres is, again, is that the petite only has 3, the regular one has 5, and they all have, they all come with spheres except the infinity block booster. So for those of you who have an older infinity block and you want to boost it up to a higher energy level, then you would buy this capsule. It's an empty capsule, and put that in your infinity block for I think it was like 20 minutes, and it'll boost up your infinity block. But again, for those of you who are new to LeelaQ, don't worry about that. But I just want to point out that the infinity block booster capsule does not have spheres. Okay, but the key thing about the spheres that they act as a volume knob. And what I mean by that, you can crank up or down the amount of energy by the number of spheres you put in the capsule. And that's kind of really, really important when you understand how a capsule works. And so right off the bat, now the empty capsule is charged with quantum energy, with pure quantum energy. It's just neutral life force energy, right? And so the amount of energy that a capsule holds is roughly the same as the amount of energy that a card, one of those cards that Leela also sells. And so when you take a look at just like, okay, if it's an empty capsule, like how much energy is it? Well, it's roughly the same as a card, which means that it's really just empty. It's going to have a 4-inch radius. Okay, so that radius means that it's going to emanate energy, and the field for that little capsule is going to go out about 4 inches in every direction. And so just like with a card, if you have an empty capsule, you have to put it on your body. It's got to be like on your body for you to basically experience that energy or the frequency if you got a card. Okay, but where the power lives is in the spheres. The spheres are charged with quantum energy. They are made out of titanium and not brass. And because of the concept of the more dense the material, the more energy it can hold, these are what are really like the little batteries that you would put inside your capsule to basically start creating a stronger and stronger field because you've got more and more energy inside the capsule. So when you add all 5 of your spheres, your purple spheres, to your capsule, you put enough energy inside the capsule where the energy is, basically concentrated, and now it's emanating. Just think of it like, like a light bulb, right? So it emanates like light would in all directions, 360 degrees in every direction. But with all 5 spheres, the energy is going to go out 6 feet in every direction. So it's going to be like, it's basically a 12-foot diameter bubble of energy, and then it from the center, which would be the capsule, it goes out 6 feet in all different directions, and that's going to be the most powerful that the capsule is. And so what we try to recommend, or what the recommendation is like when you first get one of these things, just try it empty, wear it empty, see how you feel, put 1 sphere in, see how that feels. Now a lot of people just like to dive into the deep end of the pool and put all 5 spheres in and go for it. That's perfectly fine, but just be aware that if you're brand new to quantum energy, there are people that report that they have some kind of like a detox effect. Now, if you look at the studies about what quantum energy does on a biological level, there are actual distinct biological effects from the energy, and it's been well documented in the studies. So because of what it can do to you physically, and it's all beneficial and positive, but sometimes it'll kick off some detox effects as you get used to the energy, and then also the frequencies also can kind of throw things off a little bit until you get used to it and you start to entrain with the energy, and if you're using frequencies as well. So, but that's the general thing on how it works. Is it's powered by the spheres, and you add them in one at a time, or go for it. But that's going to be what turns up and turns down the energy for a capsule, and then that's what will actually start with a 4-inch radius field and grow all the way to a 6-foot radius field, because it just got more and more powerful as you added the spheres in. So keep that in mind in how it works. Now, in terms of like the frequency in the capsule versus frequencies in the spheres, Well, the one thing again I want to state is that the purple spheres that you get with these capsules, all of them are just, they don't have any frequency in them. They're just little powerful little, spheres of energy that you use to power your capsule, and they're just neutral quantum energy. There's no frequency. However, the Olympic 3-in-1 capsule, which is pictured here in the middle, that one has the 5 neutral spheres, so you could just wear it as a completely neutral capsule that just has energy, no frequencies. Or you can replace one of these purple ones with a gold or a silver one. So the gold sphere in the 3-in-1 Olympic has the Olympic frequency, and the silver one has the happiness frequency. So for using this one, you have some options, right? You could wear it in 3 different ways. You could wear it as a purely natural, neutral energy quantum, pendant, or you could wear it with, you can just put one of these colored spheres in there, the gold or the silver, and then you would then now have the addition of the energy. You would have the frequency of Olympic if you use the gold one, or you'd have the additional frequency of silver with the silver sphere, and then you would have the happiness. So you could wear it as a happiness capsule, you could wear it as an Olympic capsule, or you could wear it as a neutral quantum energy capsule. Now these other ones, if you just put any of the purple spheres in, the capsule will be whatever is embedded in the actual shell of the capsule. So that's where we go back to which frequencies are in which ones. And so if you put the spheres in any one of these first 4, then these are the frequencies that you're going to be experiencing when you put those spheres in. Okay. Now, just to kind of just answer the general question, like, okay, well, now that describes all the different things about a capsule and the different choices, but like what's best for me? And the easiest way that I can kind of put this concisely is that if I looked at what the primary use cases are, and I've been around since the beginning, and I think that, if I were to kind of summarize, like, how would you choose the best capsule for you? Well, it depends on what your objective is. What's your desired objective? What brought you to Leela Quantum Tech? And so the very first thing, though, I wanted to stipulate that all of the capsules emit pure quantum energy, and that's what drives that whole thing that you've probably heard about, which is the EMF mitigation of quantum energy, which has been documented in the studies. And so the studies have shown that this quantum energy, when embedded in objects and you're within the field of that object, then you're going to have this incredibly beneficial effect on your body that helps your body mitigate the effect of EMF. It doesn't do anything to the radiation itself, but what it does is it changes you on the inside and how your body is reacting to the damage from that radiation. So now, again, all of the capsules, no matter which one you get, is going to have that EMF mitigation quantum energy aspect. So that's right off the bat. But if you want more than that, then here's the where I kind of boil down what the desired objectives are. So again, if you're just really into something like, hey, I want something that's going to promote health, and it's going to help me feel better, and it's going to help me perform better, and that sort of thing, then you want to take a look at whether you want to get the regular Heal capsule, the men's capsule, or the woman's capsule. So right off the bat, they're all great. It's just really specific. Like if you're middle-aged and you're a man and you're wanting to get that little extra boost in your life, then men's is great. Again, same thing for women. And now if you just want overall health and you just want to feel better and you want something that's going to help you kind of just deal with the EMF and also help, kind of help your body along from maintain your health perspective, then the Heal capsule is really great for that. Now, the other one here, again, as I mentioned earlier, now if your desired objective is healing, like, you have chronic issues, you have, you're overcoming an injury, then the Heal 360 capsule is ideal for that. Again, it's like literally was meant to help people with problems that they're trying to heal. Okay, so that's really where that one frequency comes into, and it's a great capsule for healing. Now, the next one here is, again, I mentioned for physical performance. You definitely want to try the Olympic capsule, and that frequency is awesome for any one of those types of activities that you do, that you exert yourself. And then the thing about customization is one of the coolest parts about a capsule is you can customize and make your own frequencies and make it whatever you want. So if you're someone who really understands, frequency, quote, medicine, and you want to, maybe utilize some of your homeopathic remedies, you want to utilize some of your essential oils, or even if you're into Reiki and crystals and stones and you understand the dynamics of the frequencies that are emitted by some of these natural things from Mother Earth, then you can actually capture those frequencies. And you could do this with pharmaceuticals. You could do this with supplements. You could do this with anything that you can kind of fit under a little packet of spheres. And so if you want to customize your own and do whatever you want, first things first, you can customize any capsule. okay, right off the bat. However, if you take any one of the first 4 and you try to customize these guys, which is perfectly fine and it works great, the challenge you're going to have is you're going to be customizing, you're going to add a frequency to what's already there. You see what I'm saying? Because if the capsule already has a frequency and you want to customize it by adding another one, that's perfectly fine. And so you can kind of get the best of both worlds. So you could get any of those and you could customize those. However, if you want a capsule that's only the thing you want, only the frequency you want, let's say you really are adamant about, hey, I want to get a capsule where I could carry around the frequency of whatever, just pick something, like it could be any essential oil, it could be a crystal, whatever, then you would want to get the Olympic, because the Olympic's neutral, has no other frequencies in the capsule, the shell, right? And then you would add that frequency to that capsule, and I'll show you that in a second, and then you could then customize it to be specifically what you want, not a combination with the other frequencies. And so that's kind of semantics there, but it really is kind of important for people that just want to have a pure experience with just, a purpose-built customized capsule just for you. Then you would want to get the Olympic one, because the Olympic one has a neutral shell and you can make it whatever you want with no other frequencies involved. And then lastly, is if you want to upgrade your older infinity blocks, obviously you'd want to get the infinity block booster. Now lastly, about customizing, and I do want to mention this on how you do it, that's a tutorial. So if you want to go ahead, and I'll put the link in the video description below, but the how to use the Leela Super Capsule, because that's what the Olympic was called in the beginning. But they changed the name to Olympic, but it was originally called Super. And so now I made a tutorial on how to actually use the spheres to then copy the whatever frequency you want onto a piece of foil. You curl up that little piece of foil and you stick it inside your capsule, put the spheres in, and boom, you've got a customized capsule. It's really that simple. And this little short tutorial will show you how to customize your capsule. And again, you can customize any of the capsules. It's just a matter of, do you want to add a frequency to an existing frequency set, or do you want to have a pure just by itself frequency? And that's going to be the difference in the choices there. So really, if you're looking at getting a capsule for any of these reasons, then these are the ones that you're going to probably want to take a look at, and that's the answer to the general question on which one should I get. Okay. Well, anyway, I hope this was helpful and educational, and thank you for coming to LeelaQ. I think it's a great company with great products, and some of these products have just had incredible testimonies on the ways that it's helping people, and so welcome to our chat group, and ask away in Telegram if you've got any questions at all. So again, thank you so much for watching the video. Vielen Dank to our German friends. Now, if you want to keep on top of Leela Quantum Tech and Quantum Upgrade news, information, product releases, and so forth, and of course, any of the FAQs and anything about the studies, I cover that here on my video channel, so you'd want to like and subscribe. It also supports my channel. But if you want to keep on top, please subscribe, and that way you'll be first to know when anything new comes out. Again, thank you very much. Vielen Dank. I hope this was helpful. Aloha.